A very good afternoon to you. My name is Howard Feldman. This is the Synthesis Podcast. We've had a series of discussions around a technology and around the development of the technology for GovChat. This afternoon, joining me in the studio, or in the virtual studio at least, is the team that did a lot of the work around getting GovChat ready, and specifically around the SASSA grants, which was obviously a very, very urgent and time-pressed development. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you?
Hello, Howard.
Good, thanks.
Okay, so just explain to me, Tracy, let's start with you. Just who is this team? Because GovChat's obviously got a number of different teams.
Okay, so this is the core team. These are, starting with the originals, the main guys that started it off. So they're the ones that have on the main contract with GovChat themselves.
Right. Okay. So this team got involved with developing GovChat, which at that stage, the core part of GovChat was to communicate between government and its citizens.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And Nassim, you've been on this team from the get-go?
I don't know. You know, due to this lockdown, all we know is 3 days, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I was there yesterday and I'm here today.
Okay, and hopefully not gone tomorrow. So that's
yeah. You're still gonna be there tomorrow. That's the real question.
I hope tomorrow. You know, like, but that's like it's in the future. Yeah, but it's been I think it's 7, 8 months. I don't know. How long has it been, Drickus?
August. Been August.
No, it's August.
It's been August. For how long?
It's been August. It is true. No one's going to argue that at one stage it was August.
It has been August.
Right.
Somewhere in the history of the world, there was an August.
Right. Okay, so Kim, how is it working with this team?
It's fantastic. So I am actually the newest member of this fantastic team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only second month on this project, and yeah, it has been a very rewarding journey so far getting to work on this product, which I know has a very positive impact to the public and gives them a bit more access to the government and services that are important to them in their day-to-day life.
Right. And Jacques, tell me, because I know you'll be honest with me, who's the most difficult person on the team to actually deal with?
Definitely Kaylee. But she's very actually a very intelligent person. So she might be difficult sometimes, but she knows her stuff.
Really? Why do you think he says that, Kaylee?
Well, she owes us donuts. She owes us donuts. That's why he's being nice.
Yeah, each of them 7 donuts. That's how far my fines have gotten to this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Nico Paul, give me a lesson you've learned from working with this GovChat team.
Each day is different.
Yeah.
Each day is different, and there's never a technology that is out of the question. And the deadlines is constant changing. That's 3 lessons.
That's all right.
I'm hurt, Nico Paul.
Yeah.
He hasn't learned the main lesson. And that's just be better.
Just be better.
Be better.
That's not Team's lesson every day.
Just be better.
It's Tracy's lesson. Yeah, Tracy's lesson. Copyright from Tracy.
Right, Tracy. So your lesson is just be better. Then what?
Huh? Then you are now. No. Don't make excuses. Just be better.
I like that a lot. So is that the GovChat logo? Or the GovChat development team
They
logo?
stole it. They stole it. I didn't copyright it, so they stole it before I was even on
It originated from the solutionist, and then we thought it was applicable. So in our team, we don't want excuses. Don't be sorry, just be better.
Yeah, the full version is don't be sorry, just be better.
I like that. Don't be sorry, be better. All right, no, I do like that. All right, I want to talk about the enormous pressure that is working on Team GovChat, because obviously it was one thing getting the getting the everything up and going for the launch, which took place some time ago. But then along comes COVID-19. And all of a sudden, you guys are adding the whole testing thing to it. Along comes the grant issue, and you're adding grants to it. Do you shake your head in horror every time the president speaks and announces something new, knowing that you're going to have like 3 days to add it to GovChat?
I think our requirements
That's
come from radio broadcasts. That's where our requirements come from.
Okay.
In the past.
Yeah, that's assuming we have time to actually watch the president speak, Howard. I
Right.
think you're making deep assumptions.
But in all seriousness, it must be an incredibly gratifying, as difficult as it is, to see that what you are doing is being used by literally millions of South Africans who now have access to grants. You know, that must be, Katie, do you want to take that to take that one? How does it feel to sit on that side of it?
It feels really good that we're making people's lives a lot easier, specifically for the SASA grant now. They don't have to go through the standing in queues, which, stops social distancing. So I think it's a difficult experience because of the constant changing and the increased deadlines, but it's very rewarding to see how many people were helping with this. So,
Drickus, you definitely had something to add to that.
Oh, nothing. You know me, Howard. I'm the quiet one in the group. I just sit back and let other people take control. That's how my personality works.
All right, I'm not even sure what we're talking about anymore, but that is very, very good to know. All right, how did it feel, Jacques? Let's direct this at you. How did it feel when, in the early days of, which is like last week, when SASA was being launched, the system was being overwhelmed, there were problems coming from all sorts of sides. What did you guys go through as a team? Was there a lot of alcohol involved?
I think everyone panicked, especially because there was a few other things that was not totally in our control that went wrong. But I think in the end, the team pulled through, and I think we delivered a good product. And I think that's where the focus should be.
Mm. Kim, what's one of the lessons you've learned from working with this team? Seeing you as the newest person on the team, what would you say the most powerful lesson is?
Maybe adapting to change, or rather change that comes at you rather fast.
Mm.
Because that has been the story of this project. Basically, we, like you were saying, a lot of requirements just come across on the fly, and it has to be in production in a relatively short amount of time, and being able to adapt and deal with such situation, to be able to position yourself in a place where you are able to make what's needed relatively fast, and not do things like in a more conventional or traditional way. And I think that's what I've had to learn the most.
I see you've been on a number of different projects, and I know at Synthesis you work across a number of different projects. This one is hardly an environment that you could sort of dip in and out of. How have you managed the enormous time pressures of that GovChat has presented?
So, like I was saying earlier, the GovChat project is a bit unique. It's quite different from other projects that I have worked on before. And I think the factor that you know that you're building a software product that is going to improve the lives of millions of ordinary people out there, that alone sort of gives me personally the drive to make the time and put in the best of my efforts in building a very good product that's going to make a difference for someone.
Tracy, how have you managed the time pressures?
Well, you take it a day at a time, I guess. I mean, you can only do that much, and you can only cater for that much of what you need to do. I can tell you that this is no easy project, and it does consume you. I'm allocated 50%, but it consumes you at 110%. You have to give it your all. You have to do everything you can to do it, and try and just keep up. And keeping up with these guys is no easy task. I can just tell you that much. They move at the speed of light.
And we broke Tracy week 1.
They broke me.
Really?
Yeah, she came with all these fancy ideas. This is how you gonna run a meeting, and like I think 4 days later she gave up. Cats are easier to look after. She can't even deny it.
Nico, Paul, how have you, what have you learned from working with this team and in fact working with the client?
That even the client can change their mind on a weekly basis, and it's easier to adapt than to argue. So, yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed about this team is the incredible good spirits and camaraderie, and something like that can't be faked. You can try and put across a very positive image for a client, and everybody does that, but ultimately a client gets the sense of if there's just something that is not happy and not okay with the team. Drickus, how do you think, what do you attribute to the fact that this team does have such a phenomenal approach? Because it really is an example to how teams could work.
So I think it's a bit of sarcasm, dad jokes. No, it's honest answer is it's a lot. The people on this team, the individuals on this team, everyone's personalities align. I think everyone is sort of high energy. Like Nassim is the oldest one on the team. I think he's the only one that's not in his 20s on this team, but he has such a young spirit that he's able to keep up. Like he keeps us on our toes. So as a leader, he's extremely good at leading us. Like I said, it's a very young team. So Kaylee is 22, I'm 23.
Hey, you can't
Nico
mention
Paul
people's
and
ages.
Dark are 25, I think. It's a
I'm
very,
26.
very young team. Yeah, Tracy doesn't look a day
26.
over 70. So it's a young team, energetic, humor, and that's just how we do it.
I'm actually shocked because I thought Nassim was in his 20s.
There was sarcasm there
beard gave it
somewhere.
away.
There was sarcasm somewhere. Howard, I just don't know where. I'll have to look at the recordings and
Digest
determine
it,
where
yeah.
that sarcasm was. But I have spoken to Tom already. I'm going to have to start getting heart medication sponsored by Synthesis. I can't keep up with these people anymore.
Well, maybe perhaps the next project will be that you'll be able to order your medication through GovChat.
Heart
it.
attack chat.
And they all weep. I see that. Wow. I don't feel you guys took it very well. If I was the client, I definitely would have picked that up, by the way.
No, it's like we've got enough requirements. We don't need another one.
Is there a lot of work to still do ongoing on the project?
No, it's actually basically done. So we're all getting on a plane tomorrow, going to
We're on a holiday.
Yeah,
joining
going to
Nassim
see
where
the
those
Niagara
palm trees
Falls.
are.
Yeah. There's a song there, was it? I'm getting on a jet plane. Yeah,
Bags
something
of
about a jet plane.
ready to go. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, we're going. Yeah,
Okay.
if only.
There's a prize for whoever knows who sang that. Who sang that?
It's just said we're 20. Why would we know the song that Nassim knows?
Nassim, that question was for you, I think.
I can't get into Google right now.
Right, no, you definitely can't. All right, so guys, this project I think has been phenomenal. I've certainly had conversations. We've had a podcast before with Drickus and Nassim. We've spoken about what this has achieved, which is really, really something phenomenal. But what blows me away is as things evolved around COVID-19 and as things have evolved in South Africa, on the GovChat side, on the client side, they have seen the opportunity and they have allowed us to be part of their journey, which is something really incredible. You guys on the other side have picked that up and just run with it. There must be an enormous sense of pride in what you have achieved. How does it feel right now, this Thursday afternoon, about what's gone on in the last few weeks, Jacques?
Yes, like you said, very proud of what we achieved. Still, I think like there's still a lot of things on the backlog to improve and to add more features. But up to this point, like it's truly an honor to be part of this team and to be part of this project. A good thing to have behind you.
Katie?
Yeah, it's an amazing experience. Like that is the word for it, an experience. It's not always great. It's long hours, it's harsh deadlines, it's hard work, but the rewards are really great for it. So it's a really great experience, but experience is the word.
Tracy?
So I'm actually, even what Kim said, he's the newest member, he lied. I'm actually the newest member on this team. And I can tell you that, I mean, I've got a lot of work experience at different companies. And this has been the best experience. And I don't think that a lot of these guys are young and they started on this GovChat project. And I think if they had been on other projects and seen what it's like out there, they would truly and honestly see this as an amazing experience, because you just can't put back you can't take that experience and equate it to other things. I mean, delivering some of the things that get through in 1-2 weeks, it's just amazing, and you can see it. It is substantial. So yeah, it's actually amazing.
Nikapol?
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree with Tracy and Kaylee and Jock. I think one thing that stands out for me is we have great mentors, and with Drikas and Nassim being there from the start, you can always ask them and they know what's going on. So I don't know how they do it, but aligning their ideas with what has been done and what still needs to be done in such a short time, and always keeping their finger on it, is something that I can really commend them for. So yeah, and the song was written or sung by John Denver.
Do you see? Do you see? That's why we have got younglings on this team.
Yeah, and they know their stuff. John Denver,
Google
otherwise
knows
famous for
Google knows, Howard.
Country roads, take me home, isn't it?
Country Roads, thank you, Nassim.
West Virginia. All it is West Virginia AWS.
All right, Drikas, your thoughts? Not on Country Road or Jet Planes.
I think it's a good song, you know. It's a classic. You can
No,
put it on
that's
when
really
you go for a long drive. It's really no, I'm going to disagree with everyone and say no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is a good feeling. It was stressful when we did this SASA launch. They're sitting on this side, seeing 100,000 messages coming in a minute was frightening. But what was a great experience for me was being able to call on the greater synthesis company, asking the seniors that have been through deployments for help, and the willingness from Tom, from Matt Crockett, from Paul Zitzman down in Cape Town to jump in and help us pull it through. So that was the best part of this experience for me, was sort of burning my fingers with the launch and being able to learn from that. That was very valuable.
Nassim, your thoughts on where you're at right now?
Where we are, it's like I think I've been in this business for a long time, right? 20 odd years or so, something like that. And this is the first project in all that time that's been this. Why are you smiling, Tracy? It's the truth, right? I was speaking to Jake as well about this, and he's been in software even longer than me. And we've never had something that was this insane, as in publicity, the stress levels, everything all combined in one project. Just this last week or so, it's like it's amazing, and the fact that we pulled it off. That's even like more amazing. I mean, to pull something like that out of the bag in a week. I mean, I don't want to say Dricker's things. That rabbit in that hat is just getting stale now. We need a new one. But it's an unbelievable achievement. You know, it's what was done. I don't think people realize the fact that you built a system that could do 50 million messages in like 6 days, and it's still running. That's what we've done.
Incredible. 50 million messages in 6 days.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, I can tell you guys, I think you should be very proud. I think it's the most phenomenal thing that you've achieved. Well done to you, and well done to the GovChat team. Well done to everyone who's on the call, and of course those who aren't on the call as well. This is the Synthesis Podcast. I'm Howard Feldman.
Oh.
Very good.
You can't end without a joke.
Yeah, we need a joke in this.
Oh, all right, fine. Don't stop the recording. Let's. Is there a GovChat dad joke?
Nassim,
No,
do you want to go?
All right, you two.
No, apparently I heard somebody broke into Drickus' house last week, and he's delighted because they stole all the lamps.
Yeah, I was
Delighted.
Sorry,
Oh,
it's bad.
Because what do you have
So
to say?
actually, Howard, I should tell you this one. So I was just chilling in my room the other day, and my girlfriend walks in, and she asks me for a bookmark, and I was furious. Like, my name's Drickus, not Mark.
You see, Katie, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you put up with this.
I don't know either, actually. Now that I'm hearing this, it's like a wake up. How can I deal with this every day?
She's a closet dad joke person, by the way.
Is she really? Really? Prove it,
Yes.
Kaylee.
Sure, no, you're putting under pressure now. It's got to come by surprise. It's a natural thing. You can't force it. Then you get dad jokes like the ones
Well,
they just.
you were surprised to be asked to do a dad joke, so checkmate.
Right, and there you have
I think
it.
now you can sign up, Howard.
Thank you very, very
Should have
much.
stopped when
Now we know why it takes them 25 hours to do 3 hours of work. I'm Howard Feldman. This is the Synthesis Podcast.